In Super Week, we just have to find ourselves.
We pretty much just need to win as many games as possible.
All the teams are very close at the moment, and this will basically decide who lands where.
These grueling days can really test how well a team can play together.
Rushes with the rest of the team. He hits the stab. He flashes in for the double kill.
You have to be more prepared for the long run.
We definitely have to secure more wins if we want to make it to playoffs.
Oh, the teleport from Quas. Quas is going for it. Nobody can stop Quas. Spurs takes down Complexity.
Teams that come out of Super Week the best are the teams that have a solid foundation.
Every team has to find like their own strategy that they are good at.
He doesn't even know. Oh, what a surprise from Double Lift. That's going to be the kill.
If we come out ahead on the Super Week, we should be able to maybe take even #1 back.
We really want to win. We want to make sure that people know that we're #1.
After Super Week, we'll probably be able to tell who's going to stay at the top and who's going to stay at the bottom.
Welcome to Week 7 of the North American League Championship Series. We're streaming out to you live from our studios here in Los Angeles, California. Happy 4th of July, everyone, and to celebrate our Independence Day, we've got plenty of fireworks coming your way with a super week of 16 games. Hello, I'm James Dash Patterson, and joining me at the analyst desk, it's former LCS jungler Clark Claky D. Smith, and from our Challenger Series coverage, Aiden Zyrene Moon. Guys, thanks for being with me.
Thanks for having us, Dash.
All right, Riv, Jat, Kobe, and Freak will all be along shortly with the calls of the games. But first, the competition in North American League is the fiercest it's ever been. We have a 5-way horse race for first place. Now, what I want to know is which of these teams are you guys is most confident going to represent the NALCS at Worlds? Zyrene, let's start with you.
The team I'm most confident in is LMQ. I think we're going to be represented as the Lomo Nation over at Worlds. This team has such impeccable team fighting, and it's reflected. They average the most kills per game on average at 14. They make bloodbaths, and they have such great mechanical prowess that when they band together the support of more of the shot calling of No Name and the playmaking of Xiao Wei Xiao and Vasily, they are just off the chain good. And no other team seems to be able to match them in one-on-one, just go at each other team fights. The biggest thing there is the shot calling of No Name, where they end up following sometimes bad calls that turn into really good calls because everybody lacked hesitation and followed.
All right, Clicky, what about you?
LMQ's pretty good, but I'm going to have to go with CLG on this one. A lot of CLG fans here. Right now, CLG is tied for first place in a position they've never been in before. They're playing better than they ever have in the past, and a lot of that's due to their bot lane, Double Lift and Afromu. They're both amazing in their respective roles, and this patch makes them even more of a threat. They're the kings of decision-making, the kings of map control, and those are reasons why I think we're going to see them at Worlds.
Definitely both strong contenders. I myself would go with Dignitas, as I love the addition of the solo laners, and I think that as they play throughout the summer split and build up synergy, they'll be a top contender. Now, in this year's more competitive NALCS, even the lower teams have made some huge improvements. Are there any dark horses out there, maybe sleepers, that you guys think might rise to the top in the playoff picture?
I actually think the team that's really asleep right now is Cloud9. Unfortunately, they're in a position they've never been in before. They have 6 losses on their record, almost as much as their last 2 splits combined. Lucky enough for them, they have 14 games left in the season. There's enough time for them to wake up. But Super Week, they're playing the top 3 teams in the NALCS, so it's going to be a big test for them.
All right, Zyrene, what about you?
I'm going to take a little bit of a bigger risk here, go lower in the standings, and say Evil Geniuses. Since the acquisition of Altec and Helios, they've never looked stronger. Helios brings a new type of shot calling in the jungle and synergizes with Prepo shot calling. I don't think we're going to see any more of those split calls at the end of games for a base race. Altec also, Claky, you talked about it, how 4.10 favors AD carries. Altec loves carrying. Back in the Challenger scene, he was known as the best top laner because they would just solo farm him. Now he can carry games, and it's very indicative of that because he got a pentakill last week.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked a bit about the teams, but individually there have been some amazing players stealing the spotlight. At the halfway point, I want to know who your MVPs are.
My midseason MVP has to go to Afromu from CLG. He's one of the reasons why I also think they're going to be at Worlds. I think he's the best support in lane and as a playmaker in all of NALCS. You can watch him. They almost always win lane together. And then once they get into mid-game, he's making plays on any support champion that he's on, whether it's Thresh hooks, Morgana bindings, or even Alistar's ball delivery service. And he just makes the biggest plays, and they almost always come out on top.
All right, well, he is definitely a strong contender there. Now, Zyrene, anyone stand out for you?
Yeah, Aphromu's definitely up there, but I'm going to have to give this to Shifter. This guy has a 12.7 KDA currently. Second place person is Altek in 6.1. He has double the KDA of the next person. He also has the least deaths out of North American and the European LCS at 9. Helios just came in and has 12 already. This guy is ridiculous. When you don't die in the mid lane, you don't give up Dragon control, you don't give up Baron control, and you don't lose your wave clear. He's undefeated on Ziggs and Syndra, and he gives Dignitas basically their game plan. They're able to get those deep wards from Crumbs because they don't lose map pressure in the middle lane because it's such a mid-centric game. And people give him a lot of flack for being very passive, and granted, he does die very little, but he's 4th in overall kills. You don't get that without being a very good team fighter and aggressive player.
Oh, definitely both stellar players. Now, of course, there have been some huge moments from European Super Week that you guys have been sharing on Twitter. So let's take a look at your LCS big plays. From Fnatic versus Alliance, at Surfalol tweets, Nif with the amazing last-minute hook on Reckless was incredible. Here's your number 3.
Tap sidesteps it, but that puts him out of position. A good lantern from Nif. Gets caught in the Aqua Prison this time around. He's in all sorts of trouble. Dead Sense directly to the tower. Pulls him into the tower. He's going to go down. A support for an AD carry. That's a good trade for Alliance.
Yeah, Taps managed to get the kill while Yellowstar took the kill on the side of Fnatic.
Oh, right into tower range there. Definitely a worth trade AD carry for support. Number 2, it's from Rocap versus Gambit. It's at Kurokun14 writes, what a gorgeous flash death sentence by Gambit's Edward on Overpow. Made it look so simple and smooth. Here's your number 2.
Agony's Embrace does lock them down. The culling coming out. Everything being used. But that hook from Edward was sublime. Overpow out from the pack. Fantastic stuff.
Night.
I would hate to be Overpow right there. Then from Super Hot Crew versus Millennium, Zelda fan Adam writes, has to be Selfie and his amazing Lulu play bot lane, surviving on literally no health and creating the ace. Let's roll your number 1.
Both top laners are teleported. They're jumping on Selfie.
Oh, gonna throw him away. There is the Zonya's coming down, but the fish is already on him. Knock up onto Selfie. Wild growth himself. Can he get away from this one? Speeding himself up, but has he got the health to get away? Selfie's still alive.
Selfie gets away alive. He was the man that was focused down, and thanks to his second item, Zonya's Hourglass, he survives plus the wild growth and gets out.
Now, that has to be the best feeling when you get out of a fight with just that sliver of health. Now remember, guys, to head over to Twitter and send us your favorite highlights from the day. We're at LOL Esports, and throw on the hashtag LCS Big Plays. And now, for a look at the standings coming out of Europe's Week 7, Alliance holds first with a 3-game lead.
Then SK Gaming and Fnatic are tied for second with Super Hot Crew 1 game back in 4th.
Over here in North America, we once again have a crowded field with CLG, LMQ, and Dignitas all sharing first.
And hot on their heels, it's Cloud9 and TSM in a tie for 4th place. Team Curse sits in 6th with Complexity and Evil Geniuses holding last.
Now starting off our action today, LMQ will take to the Rift against Cloud9, followed by Complexity versus CLG. Then Dignitas will square off against Evil Geniuses.
After that, Cloud9 will do battle with CLG. And in our last game, it's TSM versus Curse.
And remember, you can find all these stats for these pros, as well as schedule information, VODs, recaps, and much more at lolesports.com. You'll also be able to let us know which of these teams you think will win each of today's matches.
Just click on schedule and give a thumbs up to your choice. You can also find who and how to get here into the studio so you can watch in person. Just click tickets for all the details.
All right, with 16 games coming your way, we're going to take a moment to break down some of the players we'll be watching this week. Up first, it's Cloud9's High.
Yeah, High has always been a pioneer of new champions, but last week, Cloud9 surprised me with the blue side Kayle ban. I want to see if he's going to bring any new champs to Super Week, or at least add some of the more popular champions to his pool.
And from Complexity, we'll keep an eye on Westrice. He's a player that is willing to make big moves that sometimes can fall flat, and other times can create huge opportunities for his team.
Next is Crumbs, who normally plays really well on support junglers, but in the last couple of weeks he's strayed from that and tried to pick more carry-style champs, and it hasn't really been working out. We'll see if he returns to his winning formula.
We'll also be watching Week 6 MVP Wild Turtle. He's been turning in huge games and could carry this team to a perfect 4-0 Super Week.
And we haven't talked much about Link this split, and he seems to be flying a little under the radar. I want to see him have a little bit more of a presence in the mid lane, which could relieve pressure from his side lanes and open up more opportunities for them to make plays.
Now, you've heard what we have to say, but we want to hear from you. So hop on Twitter and let us know. Who is your front runner to represent the NALCS at Worlds and why?
Write us at LOL Esports and use the hashtag LCS. And we may give a shout out to your answer later in the show.
While the conversation gets underway on Twitter, let's see what the pros are talking about with the LCS preview show's All Chat.
Taco Storm said he likes your haircut, Becky.
I don't know. I don't think it looks too short, honestly. I think it's fine.
Can you get a room, you two, please?
Every single time I see funny things on the preview shit and the video with funny things where they sit here, I always think of things to like do. It was funny.
I have a pool full of Diet Coke and I'm on a diet.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper. I've never had this much gold before basing an LCS here. Okay, I've got Blade now, my god.
I'm super fit, I have my Millennium gun. I'm incredibly strong, okay?
Yeah, sure. With the Banshee's Veil, oh my god. Cork is so fast. They're ulting sneaky. Sneaky shit.
Johnny boy, go beat the kill!
Whoa, yeah, that guy's got a really good KDA, all right.
I do a lot of damage in the front line, I just can't hit any of them.
I'm gonna arrow here, I think they're rotating, Go, oh.
What?
Go?
Oh my god, it's fine.
YOLO star.
Serve. Fuck. Here, the sideline. The Afro link.
Okay, we can push up mid again. We can push up mid
Just do the same thing again. Do the same thing again. See, we can do that again and again, and eventually we're gonna land a skill and we're gonna kill one, okay? Yeah. And then we win the game. Good job.
I mean, I need to shave. I'm getting a neck beard, dude.
How are you getting a neck beard? You don't even have any beard.
There's
like 3 hairs sticking out.
Exactly. I need to shave those 3 hairs.
Bump it up. Raise your eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows.
That doesn't have to do with...
Eyebrows. Very easy game. We can win. Wait.
How do we play team fight, guys? Win conditions. Clear calls, good plans.
Don't dive down.
Yes, I will. Dive.
All right, good luck, guys. I'm out.
Clear calls, good plan. Yes,
Clear calls, good plan.
Be sure to tune in next week as the LCS preview show returns to its regularly scheduled time, Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 5:30 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Now, Clicky, as one of our observers, you get to listen in on these teams all the time. Who would you say is one of your favorite teams in the NALCS to listen to?
I love listening to Dignitas, mostly because of Kiwi Kid and Cutie Pie. Anything they say is hilarious, and they always make me laugh.
All right, well, we've got a great piece that follows a day in the life of Dignitas coming up a little later in the broadcast. We're going to take a quick break, so throw a few hot dogs on the grill and come right back for our first game of Super Week, LMQ versus Cloud9. On the way out, let's take a quick look back at a game that has already become an instant classic, last weekend's slugfest between Curse and Complexity.
They're losing their Nexus turrets right now.
They're gonna go for it. There's only 12 seconds left on the Death Timers. This is it.
I have to stop them. 10 seconds.
Complexity is headstrong on trying to defeat Curse right now with the Nexus turrets. They do finally get the inhibitor.
We can speed them. I'm coming. TP quads. 3 seconds. Our base.
The inhibitor the teleport back. Quas is going for it. He's in the base.
We need what's the TP.
I used it already.
He doesn't have it. We're in trouble, yeah. This might be GG.
Nobody in their right mind can stop Quas.
He's trying to back. I'm trying to cancel the back.
Nobody on Complexity can make it back to base except for Robert.
Oh my god. There's one. There's two. Is he on the far one? Oh, wait a minute. No way. That's going to be the damage. One last hit. They stop it. Boy's in. Here's the rest of the team. This is absolutely incredible right now. Another minute passes and the game hasn't ended. Quas is on it. 57 minutes in. Curse takes down Complexity.